Namaste, guys. Today I want to talk about how to get over a breakup, how to heal yourself. But before I get into that and the process of healing yourself, I want to get into gender. And it's different for each gender to get over someone, okay? Especially for women. Women is more difficult because with women, if there's been intimacy involved, then the woman has to not only cleanse her brain, but she has to cleanse her second brain, which is her womb, okay? And feelings get stuck in there. The process is a lot longer and it's more complicated. And this is why I often advise women to always get committed first before ever doing anything, because it'll just reduce the chances of this process of healing. And if it doesn't turn out right, if it turns out to be a flake, then it's you got to go through the healing process, and the healing process is long and it's difficult and it's painful. So just get to the point, get straight to the point on the first date, okay? You don't have to wait for the second date to see if this person has a mature mind, okay? Don't waste your time. Time is very valuable. So for men, it's a lot easier because they're not their aura is not getting penetrated, so it is a less difficult, but nevertheless it is difficult, okay? Especially when you interchange fluids. When you are going to heal, when you're ready to say, okay, fine, I have to heal, because first you have to make that decision. You have to have that willpower to heal, to recognize that you have to move on, because if you don't move on, then you're going to eventually get sick, okay? Because emotions get you sick. Once you make that conscious decision that you are planning to, move on and retreat, then you got to get a calendar and you got to say, well, for 21 days, I'm going to change my habits, okay? Because remember, when you're bonding with someone, you are attached, you're emotionally attached. And you may not be in love with that person, but if you spend enough time with that person, you will get attached to that person, okay? You will have this emotional attachment. So it's not always love, but it's definitely an attachment, emotional attachment. So you have to clear that up. So you have to make a new pattern every day, okay? You have to remove everything that you've had with that person, any physical objects that remind you of that person, like a sweater or a letter or their clothes, Obviously you have to get those out. But at the same time, you have to form new patterns, because remember, when you're with that person, you're one person with that person, and you have a certain pattern with that person. So if you continue the same patterns, okay, that you've had with this person, it's like being with that person and being reminded of this person. So now you have to do the opposite, okay? Do something different. Try new foods. Because if you keep eating the same foods that you ate with this person, guess what? That food's going to remind you of that person, okay? A certain food, okay? Also the perfume. Get rid of the perfume that you used to use with this person, because of the reason that the smell is the most strongest sensory that will remind you of an event, okay? Especially an event that's been emotionally triggered, all right? You can remember someone just by smelling their perfume, okay? And this could be like 20 years ago, and you could still remember them because of that perfume. That's how strong sense is. So it could be a perfume, a detergent that you cleaned your room with or your house, and a specific smell that triggers the memory of this person. Another thing you want to remove is music that you heard with this person, music that reminds you of this person. Like, clear your whole entire iPod of breakup songs and sad, depressing beats. Always, if you need to get something, you need to get something inspirational, something that's going to lift you up. Okay, nothing has to do with love, because all these love songs are very negative. Okay, they oftentimes give a contradictory message. Now, we all know that the music industry has been hijacked and is not for our best interest. So let's put that aside. So now we already worked on our sense of smell. We already worked on our sense of hearing. So once we change what we see, what we taste, what we smell, what we feel, what we hear, then you start to change your whole reality. You start to change that pattern. You start to break that pattern of being confined and bonded to this person that you no longer can't be, okay, that you no longer wish to be. So once you make this concise effort, then and you apply awareness to everything you do, then it's going to start to build a new habit. Now remember, habits have to do everything with the moon, because the moon, it regulates all kinds of patterns. It regulates the water, the flow, the ebb, and that's what you have to try to do. You have to be an individual, okay? You have to be the sun. You have to break that pattern and do something different, okay? That's what the sun represents. Breaking a habit is very difficult. I mean, if you're a smoker, try holding a cigarette with the hand that you never hold it with. I mean, it totally requires determination from your part. to break a habit, okay? I mean, how willing are you to do it? And that's what you have to realize. Now, touching upon the spiritual aspect of getting over someone, I do advise people to do salt bath, Espan bath. To do, you put it in your tub at night, and you cleanse your aura from that person. That's another method of cleansing yourself. You feel way better, way relaxed after those 20 minutes of having warm water. Relaxes your muscle. It really does cleanse that aura, and that's what you want to be doing like once a week. And after a while, you will start to see that you start thinking less and less of this person, okay? And you start to reprogram yourself. That's what it is. That's the word, reprogramming yourself. And you start to see some progress, okay? But you have to really alternate your habits, okay, and your routine, definitely, or else there's not going to be a way that you're going to be able to break the bond that you have with this person. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and namaste.